Hi, I'm Noman. I'm French and I've been pretending I understood America for way too long. But now I finally speak enough English to talk to you. Welcome to Noman Meets America, the show where I discover America one story at a time. And who knows, I might meet you too. I wish. Today we're in Huntington Beach, California, meeting with a female U.S. Air Force veteran. She has an American story. Let's go meet her.
No man meets America.
Here we are. Can I get in?
Yeah.
It's okay?
We turn off my...
Well, it's locked.
Oh, shit.
So,
Force of habit. I'm a single woman. Yeah.
how are you doing?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice. Wow. I love the smell. I feel like I'm about to have a psychedelic trip.
I like to keep it calm and meditative.
Give me 2 seconds. I have something for you. All right. So, in France, it's tradition. You come in for the first time somewhere, you bring something, and that's American wine, but it's Cabernet Sauvignon. But I know you guys say my cab.
My cab.
Oh, I love my cab.
Oh, I'm not a wine drinker, but...
Okay. Well, you can keep it
I
somewhere.
got something better.
All right. Whatever. So you have this. What is that?
What is what? It's
Can I?
Yeah. It'll fluctuate. It's on beams. I'll give you a tutorial demonstration if you want.
Oh, you're into like circus stuff too?
I'm into all kinds of things. And you can like...
Don't hurt yourself, please.
I won't. You can like stretch out your back.
All right.
And then you could... invert yourself.
You give me a tutorial later.
Yeah.
So Robin, aside of being a female U.S. Army veteran,
Air Force.
she's
Air Force.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Wow! Got a lot of questions.
I was smarter, not Army.
And now you're doing comedy.
Now I do comedy and
that's how we met.
That's how we met.
That's how we met. But I don't know too much about your military past life. So this is.
What do you want to know?
Everything. How did you start? Everything. So let's sit down. Just relax. All right. It's like live wherever we want.
All right.
It's like a live, like we're here.
You need something to sit it on, or?
No,
I have like a little TV tray.
No, it's all good. It's made for this. Maybe let's. Can we switch up the sound?
Oh yes. Sorry.
No worries.
Screensaver is the word you were looking for earlier.
Screensaver. That screensaver is amazing, by the way.
Screensaver is that's not a screensaver, but it'll go to it in a minute.
Yeah, but I just thought it was really beautiful. So, all right, let's put some Pepsi in there. No.
Yeah, that's my chaser. Well, are you drinking? I thought you weren't.
Yeah, I stopped but a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Just professionally having like a little sharing moment. Yeah. All right, let's go like that.
That's a really cool camera.
Right?
Should we keep? Are we not supposed to put it on camera?
It's okay. Just a little bit of Pepsi, enhanced with whatever you put in there.
A little sugar.
All right. Huntington Beach, Army,
Air Force.
It's different.
Very different.
So
Air
you're
Force is
Air
smarter.
Force.
Army will take criminals.
So what you do? So explain to me. I thought Air Force was just like planes.
Well, there's a whole lot. Air Force is more than just planes. We have it's a whole Air Force Army. They have the space now, Space Force.
Space Force?
Yeah, that used to be
part of Air Force.
But Army used to be, or Air Force used to be the Army Air Force, or it used to be the Army Air Force or something, but it's... Don't ask me too much about military history, because that was never my thing.
Yeah.
Even when I was in, I don't know nothing. I talk to other veterans, and they're like, "Oh, what was your duty thing?" And they like know all these information. I'm like, I was admin. I don't,
Okay.
I ran the commander's office. I worked in computers.
So how did it start? Are you from California originally?
Yeah, I was born and raised. I was born in Northern California, and then I've lived in mostly Southern California my whole life. And then I was living in Vegas. I had been married. I was divorced.
That was before the Air Force.
I married my high school sweetheart, and then got divorced. No,
that's not as cute.
No, married at 19, divorced at 22. It never works out. Well, not never. Sometimes. And then I met my kid's dad, and he was Air Force, and so I couldn't afford to go to school without working, so I couldn't do both. I couldn't, like, you know what I mean? So the military gave me an opportunity to learn a skill, get paid while I was doing it. My husband was already because then he became my second husband and my kid's dad. And then
so you remarried with that guy?
Yeah.
That guy was in the
He was already in the Air Force, yeah.
You're divorced now, I
suppose. We've been divorced.
I feel there's no man living here.
No.
Okay.
No man.
And that's my name. Man. Yeah.
I
Noman is living here, but I'm not living here.
You're not living here.
So you have a dog?
No, it's the neighbor.
It looks like a small dog. I can tell.
I hate
so
that.
you married this guy. While you were married, he was in the Air Force.
Yeah, he was already in when I met him. So it was like, because when you're dual military married, you get more money. So it was like an incentive to like get married, to like get in the military for me because we would get more money.
So was he deployed?
He deployed all the time. Yeah, we were married almost 15 years, and he was deployed about 9 months out of every year we were married.
So were you deployed?
Yeah, I deployed after 9/11. I went over to Al Dhafra Air Base in the United Arab Emirates. And I was near Dubai. You're familiar with that area, yeah?
Oh, kind of.
Yeah,
I was kind of banned from Dubai.
Were you? What'd you do?
Comedy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that a whole thing with all those people that were?
I don't know. It was back in the day, like quickly. So I went to perform in Dubai, and back in the day, so I got a lot of on my Instagram. There's a lot of weed content. I don't know if it's that or not, but as I was going for this comedy festival, it was in French. I was performing in French, and it was Montreux Comedy Festival in Dubai. It's a Swiss city that organizes comedy. Well, and I go there, and they start like, when I gave my passport, and the guy, can I have your wallet? He took my wallet, and he did something weird. He opened my wallet. He looked at me, and he started like sniffing my wallet. That this guy got a weird cake.
It's not a scratch and sniff.
And that was weird. And I'm like, okay. And then he opened my backpack and looked inside. It was kind of weird, and he let me go. And then I got searched like just right before the sliding doors. A guy comes to me and said, "Hey, passport." I said, "I just got passport."
Yeah.
And they start like, I was so scared. They searched everything, the inseams of my pocket, everything. Oh shit! They didn't find anything. I can understand Arabic, so they were telling stuff like, "Oh, we're gonna find."
Oh,
so I'm like, now shit. I got doubts. Like, did I like?
I've had those same doubts. Like, I didn't do anything, but did I do something?
No, I was afraid of like by omission. Like maybe there's some trace of weed or something. Then they got me like they wanted to put everything out like in little. Long story short, I went on stage super angry. They kept me for 4 hours, and just before the stage, they were like, "Okay, so you can talk about anything. It's okay to talk about sex." Oh, really? But just legal sex? What did that mean? Missionary? Men, women.
No cowgirl, no reverse cowgirl.
No, just missionary. Nothing else.
Oh god.
And no gay sex, of course. No drugs. And politics you can, except the politics of the country. So I said, okay. I go there, and I'm like, I was so pissed. And my first joke was like, not even a joke. It was like, oh, they told me that we cannot talk about drugs. I can talk about cannabis. I can talk, and people would start clapping like I was Malcolm X or something. Like he said cannabis on stage, and they're clapping, and I felt like this thing coming. And oh Lord,
you will never be back.
I didn't know. I thought I was doing great, and I was like, oh, anytime something is forbidden, I'm attracted to it.
Of course.
And
that's
I said,
why you do this.
You leave me like 1 week in Dubai, and I'd be licking some dude's ass. And
are you sure they thought it was weed and not because you were gay?
Yeah, I don't know, but people were laughing, and I thought I did great. And when I get back to France, I was in France when this happened. They called me, the organization of the festival, and you cannot go back to Dubai. And
you did great for the people. They loved you.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like going to North Korea and saying, hey, there's a whole other world, people. Yeah, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, but I know like recently there's like comedy festival, right, in Dubai or whatever.
Oh, that was a big old thing. Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle would not be, like, he can tell whatever he wants. It's Dave Chappelle. Andrew Schultz, I think, performed. Like, they can tell whatever. I'm not that famous, like, so, like, just to check if I'm still, like, on the whatever. So let's get rewind.
So I was in Dubai. I was there after 9/11. After 9/11 happened, I was with the Red Horse. I was stationed in Vegas. I was with the Red Horse Squadron, and that's an acronym for like
Red Horse.
Yeah, we had to wear red hats, and we deployed like as a unit. We was like 300 and some of us.
You got guns and everything.
I didn't, because that wasn't my job. But we go with people who have guns. Yes.
So you got like a bulletproof jacket
Yeah,
and everything,
and
you're
helmet.
like you're like, so you cannot, because you were not trained with the gun. So
I was trained with a gun. I could use it, but that wasn't my job. So like I wasn't someone who was going to like protect the base. I went there as administrative support because no matter what you do, where you go, you have to have administrative support because people got to do the paperwork. People got to get paid. The military as a whole is run on your awards, decorations, your evaluation reports, and that's how you earn rank. That's how you grow, is by getting all these things.
Okay.
And if you don't have someone to do that paperwork, you ain't going to get it.
Okay, so you were doing.
That's what I did
paperwork.
with the I had a top secret clearance. I with the commander.
You can see everything.
Well, I can't see anything, but I was able to work in rooms where that stuff was.
Okay.
Because I was able to man special computers.
Did you have training?
Yeah.
So they trained you to do all the administrative stuff of the military?
Yeah, like you go to basic training for 6 to 8 weeks. I think it was like 6 weeks mine was. And then from there you go to what's tech school, like whatever your job's going to be, like whatever you got picked for, you picked to do. Then you go to that special base that does all the training for that. Like I was in Mississippi for my training. So I went from Texas Lackland Air Force Base for basic training and then bused to Mississippi. And that's where I was at Keesler Air Force Base for about 8 weeks maybe. And then
were the temperature like close to the temperature in Dubai? This is why they trained you. Like sometimes in California it's still hot as out. They can train you here for like war in the Middle East for sure.
Go spend some time in Mississippi. No.
Hot, right?
But I loved getting to go out to Dubai and it was never on my bucket list.
Did you party over there?
Well, I didn't. Yeah, well, I mean, the military parties. Yeah, we always find a way.
But like outside the base.
I was actually able to leave the base. Yeah, it was before all the anti-American shit had kicked off.
So what do you tell? Like now, people cannot leave the base.
No, not like I don't know now. I mean, I don't really look into it. But when I was there, I was able to leave the base. And then after I had left, some anti-American stuff popped off down in that area, and so they weren't letting anybody off base.
Oh,
anymore.
really?
But when I was there, I went to a mall out there.
What year? So 2001.
2001, 2002.
2002. Okay.
Yeah, and we were building a runway for the base. So I would do.
A lot of American actually went to work for the military after 9/11.
Oh, there's a lot of civilian contractors. Yeah.
Oh, civilian contractors.
Yeah, a lot of civilian. You make
But
great
you're
money.
not a civilian.
No, I was military.
Yeah.
So I'm bound.
So you
by
were
the
military, but
military.
military, but not army. That's
No,
two different things.
Well, there's different branches of the military. You got Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, Air Force,
Okay.
and Space Force.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
you know some stuff.
Yeah.
You know some- I'm learning. I'm learning.
I had to
Okay.
read the book.
Okay. So Air Force first deployment.
That was really my only deployment. I went on a couple different things, but never overseas. That was my first one. I was deployed for 6 months. So I was out there and I got to go to a mall. I went to Hard Rock Cafe in Dubai. There was a water park out there. I got to go to that water park.
for fun or for like.
It was a lot of fun. I had so much fun.
But you got to go.
Yeah, I was able to go. We were able to go off base. I was able to go off base. So there's some kind of water park down there. It's like one of the top ones in the world or something.
Yeah.
So we got to go. A few of us went.
There's a slope, a ski slope in Dubai inside a mall.
I've seen that. It wasn't there when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't there when I was
crazy.
there.
That shit's crazy.
Hey,
you got penguins.
Do what
there.
you got to do when you got no weather.
Yeah, that's right. But like sometimes I'm thinking about those penguins though.
That's how you know that country is so rich. And when I was there, all I could think of was like the movie Aladdin, because it's so like king and everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like literally everyone else just like in ruins almost.
It's crazy. Aladdin. The story of Aladdin happened in Baghdad. And they, instead of Baghdad, they called the city Agrabah. It was like almost like they mixed the word together because they didn't want to call it Baghdad.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, they went, maybe not Baghdad.
Things that make you go,
Yeah. Aladdin is Iraqi. Aladdin is...
They're all brown.
Yeah.
You're Middle Eastern. It's like, what type of Asian are you? I don't know. Like, what type of Hispanic are you? There's a lot.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, all Americans are basically like immigrants. Do you know your roots?
Yeah,
all Americans are immigrants.
I've done a 23andMe. I am English and Irish 50%, and then 50% German. And then,
Oh,
not 50%. No, not full.
yeah.
No, it's like
cannot have
20-30.
50%.
Like 20-30 is like
Okay.
English, Irish, and then more German, and then a small percentage. I'm one of the few, not few. There's like over a million. Part of Neanderthal.
Oh, nice.
Makes a lot of sense.
I never did this DNA thing.
Yeah, I did
should.
it. My daughter and I did it. We were just curious because she thought she was Russian. Her dad would always say that she was part Russian, and she's not. So it's like
Oh, she wanted to she wanted to do it
she
because
thinks it's cool. She wanted to know for sure, and everyone's always like, "Why would you do that? You know, they're gonna have your DNA." I'm like, "I was in the military. They already got my DNA."
Yeah.
And like, if they wanted it, they would get it. Like, they don't want yours.
Yeah, I mean,
You suck.
So first
Go back to your trailer.
deployment, you were probably super excited at your first deployment. It's like
No, I was scared as shit.
You were
I was
with your
like
husband?
20. Yeah, I was married to my second
so
husband.
you were in a house. The military gave you a house in Dubai with your husband.
No. He was stateside still. I deployed with my unit.
Oh,
and
so you're not together at night? Like you're
No.
not
I'm gone for 6 months. We don't see each other.
Oh, I thought like
we
since you
don't even
both-
have phones. No, because we're different. We're different jobs. He has a different squadron that he works for, and I have a different squadron.
Okay, but I thought the whole point like
Deployment is different than a piece. Like, so you have deployments, which is our temporary. Like you have a job, and then you're needed somewhere for like a couple weeks to a couple months to a year. Like you could go to Korea. That's a deployment. Like for a year.
What is the longest time of deployment?
Me?
For any military.
I think 2 years, a year to two. Usually enlisted go a year, sometimes two. Those are usually Korea, Japan type places.
Okay. In those kind of cases, you can bring your family?
Sometimes. It's usually if you're an officer or if you're going for 2 years, then usually you can bring your family. But if it's just a year or less, typically no. Typically you go. That's why it's hard to be because not only was I a military member, but I was a spouse of a military member, and my husband was always deployed. So, get out of my happy place. I'm just gonna keep falling on us. But so he didn't get to come with me. So I was there for 6 months, and then we don't see each other. And we have there's bases in those places, like over in where I was, UAE. So there's a whole base set up, and then my unit basically had our own area, and because we came as a whole unit, so we had our big spot.
And so during the time where you were now deployed,
I lived in a tent.
In Dubai, you were in a tent for 6 months.
Yeah.
For 6 months, you're in a tent.
Not like camping tent. They're big temper tents, and then you've got like twin size bed cots that are
cots.
in. Yeah,
So
it's about 6 to 8 people, women per tent, and you have like a whole little like you put curtains up kind of thing.
So especially back in the day, it has no. I don't think 2001. Yeah,
we didn't
internet.
have we didn't have. We had internet. We had email, so we were able to email and
but nothing else.
And satellite
There's
phones.
no Facebook. There's
No,
no that.
well,
So you
yeah,
were like.
it was MySpace, but I didn't really use it. But we talked through email and or like there was. What was it? AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah, I remember.
There was one of those ones. That's how we talked.
Remember, like I don't
Yeah.
know about the United States, but in France, you get AOL. You checked your emails. You cannot use your phone.
Yeah, it
The
wasn't,
landline, yeah,
it wasn't your phone. Yeah.
Your landline is off during.
Isn't it crazy how far
I
we've
know.
come in such a short amount of time?
I know, and now we got AI.
Yeah.
We like that's insane. So basically, you're in a tent. You got like what books?
I have books, smoke a lot.
Remember, because back in the day, we had books to entertain
I read.
ourselves.
Yeah, I read a lot, and I remember I read one book. I read the Stephen King Dreamcatcher book.
Yeah.
And we had nice bathrooms where I was because again we were spoiled with my unit. We didn't have to share with the rest of the base.
Wait,
But
like porta potties?
They were like fancy porta potties. They had showers in them too. Like, but those were down for maintenance one night, and so like I had to use the porta potties. And it was dark, and I don't know if you've ever read that book, Stephen King, Dreamcatcher.
No.
There's a monster that like comes out of the toilet. So all I could think about was that something was going to come out of this fucking porta potty and like get me in the ass.
Yeah, toilets can be really scary.
Yeah.
I was in Tunisia, so when I was 11, that was the last time there was. So in Tunisia, where my father's from,
Okay.
my mom's Iraqi, my father's Tunisian, and they're Bedouin. I don't know how you say. They're nomadic kind of people.
Okay,
but
yeah. But you're a gypsy.
It's not really. It's Bedouin.
Is that a bad word?
Bedawi. No.
Okay.
It's just a different thing. But the village of my grandfather, there was no water, so you got to go to the well. So usually, how it works, the morning, the women would go to the well, and they bring like a big bowl of water in front of your room, and you can wash with that. And the restrooms were like you got to get out, and there's a little booth.
Oh,
with a
wow.
hole, and you poop there, and there's a little light. And
Yeah.
so you drink the water and like crazy milk and stuff, you're gonna have some
Oh, wow.
heavy diarrhea.
And that's your parents? That's how they grew up?
My dad.
Oh, wow.
My dad grew up like that. So, but we're at my grandfather's now.
Yeah.
My dad, like, he left when he was 12, and he had a tutor in Tunis, which is the capital of Tunisia.
Okay.
So we went there, and I got the big heavy diarrhea. I think my grandma was kind of witchcrafting me, because I woke up, she was like on me. She got tattoos everywhere, like it's
Tribal.
very tribal.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I want to poop, and there's Scorpios, and you have to put your slippers, because you cannot, if you walk on a Scorpio, you might die.
Yeah.
So I want to poop, and I cannot find my slippers, and it's gonna go. So I'm like, what the
Scorpions
fuck?
be damned.
Yeah, and every step I took and I don't even see clearly where that booth, but every step I took, I'm like, I'm gonna die. And I did this to for the light, to switch on the light.
Yeah.
And I swear I did this. The toilet was just a hole. I saw, I don't know, 1,000 of different kinds of bugs hiding all the, and they disappeared. Like I just saw like that.
And then how do you sit and go?
And I put my thing, and I put my pants down, and usually you gotta crouch like this, but I was so afraid of, I was afraid of pooping on my pants, so I put my hands like this, and I went back like that, and I'm like, and the worst pain, and like sweating, and, like I felt like it was an exorcism, like the demon was out of me, sweating. I got a priest. Yeah, no, I understand the fear of those kind of.
Yeah.
We're so used to luxury.
I couldn't, even when I was there, like I knew I wouldn't, because I would be out, because I worked in an office even when I was at deployed, but we worked 6 days a week. So one of those days or 2 of those days, I would be out monitoring the locals that would come in, because we were building a runway. So the dirt boys who are building the runway, the locals have to bring in dirt and gravel and stuff from the outside.
Well, there's a lot of dirt boys.
So the guys in my squadron that operate heavy machinery, they're called dirt boys. Sorry.
Okay, those are Americans.
They're Americans. Yeah, they're American military, and
you call them the dirt boys.
That's what they're called, because they play in the dirt all day, and they drive heavy operate.
Okay, so those guys are Air Force too.
Yeah.
But they have training for this kind of vehicle.
Yeah, but they're in Marines too. They're in all of them, because they can build structures. They go
inside the base is everything. Inside the base where you are, there's Air Force. There's Marines, Navy, all together in the same base. Okay.
Everyone's there. So
there's a competition between the different corps.
I mean, I think all branches have some healthy competition. I'm not that person. I'm like in the club, we all fam. You know.
Red Horse.
Yeah.
Present. You're like Red Horse.
Red Horse.
Yeah. Yeah. They got the wahoo,
Don't make me
whatever.
bring my sergeant voice out.
Oh, you got your sergeant voice.
Up there.
You're doing those like
I've had to do that.
Running and stuff.
Yeah, I've had to do that. I've had to march people, and you get tested, because I was a staff sergeant. So in order to get rank, you have to go through an airman leadership school, which you have to learn how to lead a troop of airmen younger than you or lower rank.
Air Force. So would you have to go on an actual plane or know how to skydive or stuff like that?
No.
So you can be Air Force without having no knowledge about.
You can go to the Air Force, be a cook.
Oh yeah, that's right, and nothing. But even if you're cooking,
that's the funny thing to me is everyone thinks, like, whenever I tell anyone that I was in the Air Force, they go, "Oh, were you a pilot? Do you really think like the Air Force everyone's a pilot?" No, you'd have millions of other jobs.
But you guys still have to have a training with shooting guns.
Oh yeah, you have to qualify on a gun every year.
Even for the cook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you could be a cook deployed. You got to eat if you're deployed, right? We have a chow hall when I'm deployed. We have a big chow hall. So
what is a chow hall?
It's the cafeteria. It's where you go get food.
How you call that?
Chow hall.
Chow.
Chow. CHOW.
Chow. Chow
Hall.
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 That's you see, I'm
No, I
learning
love
English.
this. Reader or writer.
Chow Hall.
Chow
Yeah,
Hall.
every American knows what is Chow Hall is.
Well, you say mess hall, chow hall, anyone military especially, they'll know that's where you go get food. That's where grub is. So that's a communal area where everyone goes there and gets food, but cooks got to deploy too. Then they're military. Some are civilians, but some are military. You get some locals that come in and get work on the base too.
So now you're doing your deployment. How did you learn that you are going off deployment? Like you're coming back to?
We got the call when 9/11 happened, and I was like, okay, we're all going now. But which was funny though. I thought my husband was going to deploy before I did, but I deployed.
But you're going. But how it ends? How does that end? Like, do you know in advance? Oh, you're going for 6 months, or you go in and then all of a sudden, okay, you're coming back to the country in 2 weeks.
No, we knew it was a 6-month deployment.
Okay, yeah, that could be renewed without...
No, my job wasn't that kind of job. Like, some other people maybe, but, like, we were there for a specific thing, and we did it, and then we left. And then some stayed behind for other stuff, but that wasn't my job. I went back and did my job stateside. Okay,
and so you coming back here, your husband was still deployed?
No, he was home.
He was home?
Yeah, and then he deployed. And then he deployed, but he was always deployed, because he was the guy that defused the bombs. Like, my ex-husband was bomb squad, which is explosive ordnance disposal, EOD.
Were you ever scared of...
all the time, but I can't think about it, because if you worry about it, then... I mean, there was... He would tell me stories that were crazy, that, like, there was one time he was, like... They had tripwire bombs, right? There was someone, like, he had to hold his foot down on the tripwire with his boot while he was defusing the bomb.
Shit.
And he could feel the guy down the way... pulling on it,
dude.
Or like the craziest time, which was scary. This was really how our marriage ended. Was I had just given birth to my second daughter, and he missed her birth, which we knew he was gonna because he was deployed. But he would be there when she was 3 months old. And then when he got home, but that deployment when he was gone, he was the team lead. He was a tech sergeant at the time, a technical sergeant. So he had 5 stripes or 6 stripes, excuse me. And so he had a couple airmen.
Tech sergeant?
Tech sergeant.
Technical.
Yeah, technical.
Yeah, because
sergeant.
I watched this TV show and they talk is the dispatch kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's tech sergeant. So
yeah, so he was the leader of his 2 airmen that would go on these runs. Well, while they were out...
They got a special kind of, like, protection.
Yeah, they have suits, they have, their Humvee and everything. But, so the one airman, they literally, like, Rochambeau'd for who was going to go out and clear...
What did you say, right?
You know how you do, like, was it that, rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors?
I would think of Rochambeau. Do you ever watch South Park? Rochambeau? That's what they say. Rochambeau you for it.
So Rochambeau is...
So they, like, said rock, paper, scissors, yeah.
To know who's going to go?
Yeah, so it was like my ex-husband and him. And so the one guy stayed back in the Humvee waiting, and then him and his airmen, they went down to this little town or this village. Nothing amiss. Everything was fine. The weapons had already been cleared. All the bombs that were down there had already been cleared. Nothing should have happened. But as they were... Because they can't... When they find munitions, when there's like leftover rounds or bombs, like shrapnel in the area, they have to get it and move it, and then they blow it up. But they have to take it to a safe place. You can't blow it up in someone's village, right? So they were moving these munitions out of the way, and as they were doing it, the airman in front of him that was walking in front of him blew up. Literally right in front of him. And my husband should have died from the blast alone, or my ex-husband. He should have died from the blast alone. It like blew him back, burst his eardrums, and his teammate died. The guy was in the Humvee, fucking watched it like a movie straight on. That guy's fucked up for life now. And then you can't just leave. They had to have the presence of mind, get their shit together, get the body bag out of the Humvee, pick up the pieces. Because if they didn't, the Taliban would desecrate the human bodies, the American bodies. So it's like, not only did that just happen to you, you just watched your teammate die, but now I have to go pick up the body of this guy. Yeah, that was the worst, and that was what really was the end of our marriage, because he came home and he wasn't the same. He just started
PTSD.
Oh, I mean, he has PTSD from other stuff beyond that, but because this kid...
But what changed? So did you get a little bit like deaf?
It messed up his ears, but it was the psychological that really hit him, because when he was done, they had to go back to the guy's tent, because they're in a tent too, and he had to go pack up his airman's belongings, and he had like a journal, and he had just gotten married. He was a brand new husband. He was a young, little Christian, just a guy, he was
Did
just a good...
Did you saw the wife?
Yeah, the wife, they were still married, but like, And he had talked about my husband in his journal, saying that he was so happy to get to work with him because what a great man he was and such a amazing person to learn from. And it just fucked him up. And so he came home and all he would do was run. He would just go running for like hours a day.
So what ended the marriage? What's the psychology?
Just we grew up. It was just we grew apart. You know, it was just too much.
How long after that?
Probably another couple years.
Couple years.
Yeah, it took till about my little one was almost 5, and that was when we were like, it's done.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah.
Still in touch though.
I mean, not really. We were great co-parents until he got remarried, and she's not a very nice lady. So, okay. I mean, I'm not the bitter ex. I'm not gonna get into this. I'm not the bitter ex, but when you sue me to not pay child support, that's an issue.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you can cut that out.
No, it's okay. It's like a life.
It's life. No, but I mean, they're my kid's dad, and I'm glad that he's not a dirtbag. He's not a piece of shit. He's he's not a drug addict or anything.
It's just,
that's between me and him.
Happens. Life happens. I understand. It's not necessarily easy. So then, when you got divorced, he comes back, and you're still in the military. You stay for a while?
I got out of the military in 2011. We were still married.
So you stayed 10 years in the military?
I was in the military 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
So after 11 years, what made you decide you're done? I had back problems, and like from my pregnancies and stuff, and I was a cheerleader in high school, and then just some other fucked up shit, just... You were a cheerleader?
I was.
That's something we don't really have in France, the cheerleader.
No?
No. And I think it will solve a lot of problems because, Paris Saint-Germain is a soccer team and they just won. And the celebration, I don't know if they've talked about it in the news, but they broke everything in the streets of Paris. Like, that's the way of celebrating.
To look at. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, if only we got cheerleaders in France, I'm sure there would be less hooligans and people breaking stuff. Like, oh, there's girls with skirts. Yeah, good.
I never understood that mentality of people who will riot their own cities and destroy their own. I'll never understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. France is kind of like sometimes it's weird. There would be like Waymos, like those self-driving cars. I don't know. I think they would break them in France, in Paris.
Or what are those little carts in LA?
The delivery robots.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a thing, though. I remember I was walking in the streets and I wanted to pee so badly. I cannot pee in the streets. I need to pee in restaurants. Why
would you pee on the streets?
Exactly.
Okay, well you're like, I cannot pee on the streets.
Sometimes the people are, you're a man, you can pee wherever. No, I can't. Like I need to pee in restrooms. I want to be clean, whatever. Yeah. So I'm looking I was desperate for restrooms, and I was like, fuck, like in America you can go anywhere and pee. Even like every grocery store, supermarket, you can pee.
Yes.
In France, not really, and you cannot use the restroom if you don't go to a bar. You gotta buy at least a coffee, whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, there's not a lot of like public restrooms, or you gotta pay for the public restrooms. And I was like having this rant about public restrooms, and I saw public restrooms. Say, I gotta have a coin.
Nightmare at your grandpa's house.
Yeah, of course, but I gotta find that coin of €2 to pay for the public restroom, and it's free public restrooms. And I'm like, I'm taking out what I said about public restroom in Paris. Okay, I press the button, the thing, on the ground, I swear, on the ground, 2 poops and a bottle of gin. And I'm like, what happened here? What happened? Like 2 poops and a bottle of gin. And I'm like, I cannot even go there. Like, I was like, that's it.
I'll poop where there are bugs, but I will not poop where there's 2 poops and on
the ground. And I'm like, well, the toilets are just right there. And then a lot of theory, because you're like, was it one guy with a bottle pooped twice?
2 poops, one. Yeah,
or maybe like friends
2 poops, 1 gin,
and holding and crouching and like and pooping. But I don't know what happened here. But yeah, that's a problem in Paris sometimes.
2 poops, 1 gin.
Well, yeah.
Where did they come from?
2 poops, 1 gin. Yeah. Well, the subway in Los Angeles, though, that is an experience. It's not meant. I feel like it's not meant to be taken. Or whatever. It's like. What is this?
I've never been on them. I
went there and I saw a pizza on the ground.
Pizza?
Pizza.
Okay.
Like a sliced pizza. A guy came, took the slice of pizza and ate it, and I'm like, wow.
Hey, when you're hungry, you're hungry.
Hungry, yeah, but oh Lord.
It's like, I'm not a prostitute, but $20 is $20.
Yeah, but if you have seen the
I wouldn't.
floor.
I mean, I wouldn't, but you know.
True.
Who am I to judge someone else?
You're right. Yeah.
Grateful that that's not me.
Yeah, and I cannot, the subway in Paris. I remember once, sometimes the subway in Paris could be really crowded, and that all the cars, like the different wagons, were like so crowded, and I saw one like totally free. Totally like me.
That would make me leery though. When it's normally crowded, and there's nobody in there. Like, what's going on?
But the doors, and like there's a problem in there, and I see the door open. Again, it want a poop. So I gotta get, and like everybody in the, like this, like
that's
looking at us, like, hey, I gotta get out. Man, okay, you were right. I'm waiting for the next one. Yeah.
See, I would have been like, fuck it, go.
Yeah. So 11 years. You're coming back, you got back problems, and you're like, okay, that's it, I'm done, I resign.
And I had some other shit, because they had me on a lot of medication, so I had gone to rehab while I was in the military.
And because of the opioid crisis.
Yeah.
You were part of this opioid crisis in the United States, the Sackler family.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't understand, like, I trusted my doctors, and they just put me for years on medication after medication, and I don't care who you are, you're going to get addicted to it, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't know any better, and then, like, they would send me to, because then those pills mess with your mind, and you don't know that, so you go see a psychiatrist or a therapist, and then they're giving you brain pills, and then now you got all these different pills going in you, and then you start building tolerances, and you need different ones and different things, and yeah, it became real ugly, and so I ended up I self-admitted and went to rehab, and lost my clearance because I had a shitty commander, but it's whatever. I don't need it now for comedy.
Oh, what is that? What is lost your clearance?
I had a top secret clearance. I had said to you earlier. Remember?
Oh yeah, and you lost that.
Yeah,
but you were still in the military, so you lost your top secret clearance.
Yeah.
And then after that, you decided like.
Well, I was like, because then they just got. I had a real shitty commander, and so I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna opt out and go with it.
That thing with doctors, though, and from medieval times, like doctor, because they're doctors, and I know now we don't trust them because of all the fucking fuck ups. And I know it's kind of weird, but like back in the people, like, when you were gay was considered like you're sick.
Oh,
and they were like the trepanation, electroshocks. Women were like, you're a witch.
Yeah, they didn't even start studying women's health until like 20 years ago or something. All the things that we have going on, there's so much,
Yeah, so like some women back in the day.
But Viagra, we got Viagra for you guys though.
Yeah, I think it was serendipity. It was not meant to be for that. It was something else.
Let there be a problem with the man's dick, and you know what? The world will shut down till we find a solution.
I'm so glad men don't have periods, dude.
Right?
Lord.
Menopause is a whole other thing. I'm in that right now. Oh, my ex-husband, the one that was the bomb squad, he used to get kidney stones all the time, and they would have to do a catheter.
Inside the urethra?
And then one time he had to pull it out because he was going on a deployment. He grabbed me by the shoulder, and he pulled it out of himself and, like, yanked it out. That's a man's man.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
crazy,
wild, yeah.
Crazy stuff. I feel like that's karma for him.
Yeah. And he's still in the Air Force?
No, he's out. He's retired.
After the accident? After the PTSD? Or
no, he stayed in for a little while longer and did his 20 plus years, and then he actually ended his career he was in Korea and got into a bar fight. Allegedly, this is all I don't know. I'm hearing secondhand information, but he got into a bar fight, hit his head on the back of the pool, or he fell and hit his head on the back of the pool and got a TBI, a traumatic brain injury.
Like pool builder?
Like the pool outside, like swimming pool, yeah.
Swimming pool.
And he hit his head on the
concrete. In a bar? There was a pool in a bar? They
were outside. It was like outside area. Because you're on base, or you're in, I don't know where they're at, but it was like, this is what I had heard. I don't know the entire story, but he had hurt his head. But also, he'd been blown up so many times. I'm sure he had some issues, so he had a traumatic brain injury.
It's hard, dude. The military is so hard. I'm thinking about. I thought that by now wars would be over. About that. Now war's going to be more economic.
It's crazy. Like I don't think we need war, but I mean now I have a wholly different mindset than I did. I was a great soldier. I believed in my country. I believed in my government. Not so much anymore. What they say isn't true. It's not. It's a money thing. Follow the money. It's not about us.
It really hurt for me to understand that old people gonna send teenagers to war to kill infants. And like
for money.
And that is the, if I go in there, is really, really,
and it took me being out, and I had this whole like, that's what I went through during the pandemic. I had this whole like awakening type thing because I had no sense of country anymore. I had no sense of self. I had no like, I don't know. There's a term for it. It's like this disassociative.
But that's the
type.
thing with military. I think it's important to know how to defend yourself, and I think it's really important to know how to defend your country. And
absolutely,
exactly.
I get mad.
The people who decide who when, and the military is like,
they don't give a fuck about us.
That's a problem, which like crazy because the whole world has eyes on the United States.
Absolutely.
And like if we take we know the whole world knows about Vietnam. But you don't know about the wars from other
I'll tell
countries.
you about Vietnam. Vietnam, it's not a war. We don't call it a war. Like in the history books or in the books that I had to study, it's called a conflict because we technically lost that war. So you know how people salute when they lose a war? It's like that. So like
that's different kind of salute?
You see other,
I don't understand. Tell me.
Yeah, so like we salute like this. Like when you salute like this. You'll see like Korea, whatever, they salute like this. That means they lost a war. We didn't lose a war. So they call the Vietnam War a conflict. We just call it war because that's what we hear. That's a word we remember.
If a country never lost a war, this is the thing.
No, if you have lost a war, you salute like this.
So every country who had lost a war
salutes like this.
So they decided. Well, it's also very interesting because the Vietnam War is like the military in Vietnam said that's over. They write the script. They control the narrative. So it's like. Yeah, they probably had some backdoor deal to close it out the way it needed to close. And then they're like, okay, well, we won't call it a war. We'll call it a conflict. We won't say anyone won or lost. It's not called the Vietnam War?
No, it's called the Vietnam conflict.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I remember reading that, and I was like, wow, I was blown away by that. I'm like,
in Europe, we have very interesting books because every conflict, everything. So every country teaches his kids the same war or conflict, but in a different way. Like the same history is different from a country to another. Yeah. There's a book I buy. They say, hey, this is how this event is taught in Germany, and this is how this event is taught in France. And you're like, okay, it's
all about whose narrative. That's what.
But there's a thing about the United States, though, that everybody in the world knows who the president of the United States is. But nobody, like, if I tell you who's the president of Switzerland,
couldn't tell you.
Yeah, is it a president, a king, or a prime minister?
Well, it's kind of hard to not know who America's president is. Look who it is.
But every year, everybody knew.
Because we have the most eyes on us.
But it's dangerous to have a president that is a kind of a superstar. It's like, and that's a problem because I feel like right now in the democracy, because there's as many democracy as countries, but when you're good at being elected, it doesn't mean you're good at
it doesn't mean you're a good president. Yeah, it's a silly job.
It's so if you Switzerland actually we don't really, there's 7 people. Because they want
exactly. I think Joe Rogan had a joke about that.
We're diving into.
It's like a dumb joke. It's like it was having a president was a great idea when back in George Washington because you had 100 people, but now we got billions of people. Like one person, it's a flawed system. It's not effective anymore. And the only way to change it is to break it down completely. Because there's so much fraud going on. There's so much. Just shenanigans happening, and that's why I don't even want to play. It's
too much corruption.
Yeah.
And the people that we should be trusting the most, from people we should be trusting the most.
I trust the least.
Yeah, it's.
I trust a homeless guy on the street more than I trust anyone in my government.
Don't make me lose my green card with it. But that's true. Like I totally dig that, and that's even scary because. They tell you how to live, but they can wage wars.
Yeah.
They can and say, "Oh, we're protecting."
Yeah.
Even the thing about abducting another president would happen in Venezuela, and then to
that's wild.
That's wild because and then they went to Venezuela or talking to Venezuelans people and say, "Yeah, they did right. You don't know our president was da." But that's happened in any country in the world. You can if. Trump got abducted now. You can I'm sure you can have Americans say, yeah, they did right, and same thing for any country in the world. You go and abduct.
But that's crazy work. Yeah, to adopt a president, like, and not be able to have any kind
You got
of...
to be another president. That's what is wild. Being a president, you know that other president might want to kill you. And they got an army. It's like mobster kind of shit with drones.
Exactly. Now with drones, it's crazy.
Now the drone thing is crazy because, like, back in the day, they would fight with swords, and you gotta smell the blood.
You had to show up at dawn, you know.
And they were drinking so much booze to get like we imagine we sing the movie we're fighting, but they're probably a bunch of drunk people.
It's not as well choreographed as it looks.
They're probably like so fucked up with booze, like
running.
because they need that to give them some strength. I don't know. The only survivor is like, I'm not drinking.
I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, thank God we don't have to do that anymore.
Well, Lord. So you stopped. So how did you come to come? What did you do between military and comedy?
Well, a lot of life craziness and
circus thing.
Yeah, well that's my relaxation. A lot of crazy men. I need to relax now in my life, in my past. But I got divorced from my husband, moved out here from Vegas.
Everybody's crazy. That's what I think.
Yeah, relax. We're all crazy. It's not a competition. And I still didn't know my worth yet and understand that I needed to work on me. My kids were young. I thought I needed to give them a home again, so I got remarried way too fast. Like 6 months. I met him 6 months after I left my
third husband.
Yeah, I met him 6 months after divorcing or leaving my husband.
Whoa! Slow down. So. Second divorce, then you got married pretty quick.
Yeah, then I got married about a year after that divorce was final. And
but how long when you say fast, how long you've been
I was single maybe a year before I got remarried again.
But you met the guy. How long did you stay with the guy before you married?
Which one?
The third.
The third one. We were only together 4 years. And I caught him cheating on me with hookers and happy endings.
Okay. Wait, how long before you get married? How long did you stay together?
Less than a year.
Less than a year?
Yeah.
Then you got married?
Yeah.
And then you caught him with a hooker?
Yeah.
How did you caught him with a hooker?
I found numbers, and so I found his phone. I had access.
He was texting hooker?
He was calling, and I Googled the phone numbers, and I found them. Here's how I found out. I didn't know that at first, because I was using his computer to do some work. And listen, honestly, I swear to God, I'm not this bitch. I'm not the girl who goes through shit.
I'm not judging. I'm having a conversation.
But I'm not that girl normally. I don't do it. If you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat, right? But something in me said, look in this, because you know how like the Macs sync up like from your phone to your computer? So I looked in his messages. And it wasn't anything too crazy, but then I just happened to see one where he sent one to us an accountant. And you know Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Jon Snow?
Yeah.
So it was a meme, and it said, I may be king of the north, but I'll go down south for you.
Oh, like when he eat that little thing.
Yeah. So that's when my ding 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 said, okay, something's going on. Now I have to figure out. Now the FBI came out in me. And that's when everything hit the fan, and I found out everything.
You became Jackie Reacher.
What?
Jack Reacher?
Jack Reacher? Yeah, I don't know. He thought he was Charlie Sheen in a Disney movie or something. I don't know. That was wild. I was like, who does that? Yeah, because I had access to one of his older phones because we had gotten new phones. This was at the end. I was like, I broke into his office because I was pissed, and I was gonna.
What was his job?
He worked in drug and alcohol. It's all red flags I should have thought of a long time ago. He worked in drug and alcohol recovery. He owned his own business. Like he had sober living houses and stuff. And so
was he part of your recovery thing or
no. I had never even done drugs or anything before I met him. I wasn't even really smoking weed barely back then.
Oh, so he introduced you to
No. Again, so nothing. It wasn't until so after that divorce I dated this guy right before the pandemic.
You didn't marry this guy though?
No. Okay, no. But I almost had him move in. Thank God I did not. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't know what's wrong with me. We're romantic. Look at you, marriage again. Was it your third?
No, second.
Whatever, but you got 3 baby mamas or something?
2.
Whatever, I'm close. Yeah. You'll be there soon.
Yeah,
no, just kidding.
I feel like I'm having it together now, but
no,
you never know.
You're in a good place now.
Yeah, but you never know. Life is a roller coaster, and enjoy the ups. You never know when you're gonna go down, and everything is enjoyable. You know.
Agreed. Everything is like now. I look at everything. It's like I'm glad I went through.
You gotta find happiness everywhere.
Just find gratitude. No, just be grateful. Even in the lessons, because if it's not a yes, it's a lesson. It's either a yes or it's not right now. It's something I've got to learn still to get to that point. Yeah. And I'm grateful for all those things because. Like, and we've barely even scratched the surface. Like, my mom went to prison for drug trafficking when I was in high school. You know, so it's like I dealt with that my whole life. And then
What was she selling?
They trafficked cocaine from California to New York. Back in the 90s.
Wow, driving?
Yeah.
Or plane?
Trafficked. Drove. They would drive. Like, Colombians would come to my house in my garage.
Do they call that go fast or no? In France, we call that go fast.
Is that what you call it?
Go fast is when you have a lot of drugs in the car, loaded everywhere.
Yeah,
you go so fast that nobody can catch you.
Oh, no, you want to go slow so that you don't get pulled over.
It's a thing in France. We say, hey, it's a go fast. If you say in France, bon, on va faire un go fast. Go fast. We're going to do a go fast. It means you're going to smuggle drugs in your car.
I remember that now.
Go fast.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's in English.
We just call them mules.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they would come in and pack the cars.
Car, yeah. So
they had like little 1989 Honda Accords or Toyota Tercels, and they would make secret compartments for them. And then my mom and my stepdad would drive to New York from here to there and make
crazy business.
Yeah, I mean, but what goes up must come down. They all went to prison, so you know.
How long?
I think my mom went to, she was in federal prison for about 2 years, but she had a house arrest.
Federal prison. So what's the difference between every kind of prison in the United States?
Well,
you got federal prison, you get what else?
Well, you have
jail?
you have state jail and prison, or or high maximum level security jails, I think. Those are were San Quentin type places, I think. But my mom was at a Club Fed, like a Pleasanton penitentiary, but what I learned is if you're going to do a crime, do federal because the food is better. I'd go visit her. She's eating shrimp scampi. I'm eating top ramen. Like, what the hell?
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's been my journey. It's been crazy. And then after my third divorce, I still hadn't figured out my lesson. I hadn't gotten hit in the head enough. And I met a guy he was a drug addict, taught me how to do drugs and did some fucked up shit to me, and it was.
What kind of drugs was taking?
What did
you don't have to say.
I mean, no, I'm okay. I'm okay with it now. Like, I stayed away from hard things. Like, I never did meth, heroin, or crack. You know, I'm a respectable woman. But we started off because he grew weed, he grew cannabis. We did that. He got me into that, which I love. That saved my life. And then mushrooms, I started doing that with him.
That's cool.
DMT, Molly, ecstasy, coke. That was really the major thing. And then, so by the end of him, and after he had really fucked me up, I was still doing drugs.
I was so happy that I was never into cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm not into I love mushrooms, but it's hard to be on. You cannot take mushrooms every day.
No, I don't know how people do it. I can't. It's a journey for me. When I do mushrooms, I have awakenings and downloads.
It's not something agreeable.
Not every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. I think that if you take mushrooms every day, I'm not sure about that, but it won't do anything. You cannot take it every day because the effects are not working. You gotta let a certain amount of time, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I look at mushrooms as teachers.
Yeah.
And those are for when I want to do a little ceremony kind of thing and get answers to questions and talk to my God and whatever. But yeah, so during the pandemic I went through all that and kind of was getting myself, I was breaking down so that I could come back up, and through that guy I dated, I had met Vince Royale? He's a comedian.
No.
Okay, well, he's a comedian around here in LA area, whatever. But I met him, and he was doing mentoring things during the pandemic, and I tried, but it was just so hard to connect, and I was still fucked up on drugs. I just knew I had this understanding that I knew comedy was at my core. I just didn't know how or where it was going to take me, what I was going to do with it. So I couldn't do mentoring with him. It just didn't work out. But we stayed friends, and I've supported him and his journey. His wife's now doing comedy. It's super cool. But and that's how I met you. I met Diaz Mackey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I met you two before I even met Zach Miller, who was my mentor and best brother now. Which is funny that I met you guys first because I was doing with Vince. I was doing Zoom comedy. And Adam, did you ever do Zoom comedy?
Horrible.
Wasn't that crazy?
Dude, it's not meant for this. It's not meant to do what the fuck.
It's delay, it's stoic faces, it's bombing in a terrorist video or something. But
especially to start like that is.
Yeah. So I was this is not how I'm gonna get my start, but I met Diaz and then we connected, and he had come out and we had saw you at the bowling alley that one night. That was before I had met Zach yet even. And then I was gonna do Amazing Comedy Theater over here they had classes. And
So you started doing.
I was gonna.
classes.
So I sent Diaz. I was like, hey, is this good? I sent them their flyer. You know, I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Should I fuck with these guys? And he goes, oh no, my buddy is doing one. And Zach was having that one at the patio.
Yeah.
So that was like the one. Like Zach's only done like one other one of those. So he hasn't done one since. And that's how I met him. And that's how I met the patio.
Great
and,
guy.
Yeah, and I love Zach. Zach's.
So
yeah.
when did you start doing this? Can we try that? Let's try
I started doing
thing.
this a couple summers ago as a way to relax.
All right, so.
What do you want to do? What you got
I
to
don't know.
this? You will have to take your shoes off for.
All right, let me try that, and
Yeah, let's start with
and
the
then I
simple-
go. That was a great conversation, and
Yes,
I really
it was.
yeah, right.
I'm gonna open this. Should I open this door? Now it's a little warm, huh?
All right, so it's like that, and then what we do with that?
Okay, well you gotta.
All right,
I
all
say sit like this because
Okay.
I don't like if you sit the other way, you could hit your head on this back here. And I
Okay.
don't want to. So if you sit on it here, your butt. Yeah, take all your stuff out of your pocket.
Okay, I got
Tim,
it.
how'd you have all that in your pockets?
I had what in my?
How'd you have all that in your pockets? I mean, you couldn't even tell.
That's my favorite pants, and they.
You couldn't even tell you had stuff in your pockets.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just sitting in it like that.
I keep my rings, or I do that.
You should be alright. Just careful, don't rip me.
All right, if I fall, at least it's gonna be on camera.
Right.
All right. Okay. So then, what's the
So-
first trick?
So you want to say, I'll help. Let's get in here first. Okay, so get in there.
All right.
Now, hold on. Make sure you're going because you want this to kind of cradle your butt. So like scooch up a little bit to where your butt is
What does
like.
that mean, scooching up?
Like
I don't know.
What's it mean scooching up? It means move your booty up to like right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Scooching.
scooching in progress. There you go. And then just like situate yourself, kind of like get comfortable to where you can like lean back and feel like move the fabric under your butt. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And then then just hold on to these right here. Like right
These,
here.
all right.
And then just like slowly guide yourself back. Like just go back and yeah.
All right.
And then like
it looks like a
and then
swing
you-
for
and then
fucking.
you can-
I said fucking, and
I know, my cat's got something on
the
her-
guy was, "What did you say?"
I'm not saying it can't be.
I mean, yeah, it looks like those sex swings.
Yeah, that's what everyone says, and I'm like, well, it hasn't been, but it can be.
All right, and
Although
then
recently I did have some fun. Yeah, well, you're going the wrong way. Your legs are on the outside. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, you want like your legs want to come, so come like this way.
right here.
Yes, and then loop it there. So you want to be the same way.
Oh shit. And then right here.
Good.
Now right here.
Yeah. There you go.
I-
You gotta like scoot yourself up. There you go. There you go. Here, where can I?
All right, she pressed the button.
Sorry.
That's okay. That is really a weird feeling to be inside that. You
good
can
to
take it.
hurt
Don't press
yourself.
the button. Be careful.
I will.
Oh Lord. Okay. And then I can grab that.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of things.
All right.
Yeah, you can like let it all.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right.
There you go.
Thank you for this initiation
Yes.
to this. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. That was
Yeah.
really great. Thank you for
That was a lot of fun.
If there's a place that you like in Huntington
wanna-
Beach, what should I do like around here? Like now that I'm here, maybe I should
Go
go
down and walk
by
by the beach. Yeah, go down to Main Street. We'll go walk on the pier.
Let's go to the beach.
Yeah. No man needs America.